What exactly is CLPS? The full name is Commercial Lunar Payload Services. It's a new way for NASA to work with private companies to send landers and scientific payloads to the moon. Instead of building everything themselves, NASA hires businesses to design, build, and operate lunar landers. This is a radical shift from the past. CLPS is all about agility and innovation. By turning to the private sector, NASA can move faster and try new ideas. Companies compete for contracts, which drives down costs and boosts creativity. This creates a new ecosystem where both NASA and businesses benefit from shared goals. With CLPS, NASA acts more like a customer than an owner. The agency buys services, like a ride to the moon for their science equipment, while the companies handle the how-to. This lowers the risk for NASA and gives companies a chance to prove their skills. Why is this important? Because the moon is a tough place. It's far away, with no air, big temperature swings, and hazardous dust. By involving many partners, CLPS brings in fresh approaches to solving these challenges, making lunar missions safer and more sustainable. Private companies are now front and center in the race back to the moon. In the past, only governments could plan such complex and expensive missions. But today, thanks to advances in technology, companies can build, launch, and land spacecraft almost as well as NASA itself. This shift means new opportunities for innovation. Each company brings its own ideas and designs. Some focus on small, nimble landers, others build larger, more robust machines. This variety increases the chances of mission success and creates a healthy competition that improves everyone's work. Companies also bring business experience and cost-saving strategies. They know how to work efficiently, manage risks, and adapt quickly. This is essential in the challenging world of space travel, where every gram and every dollar counts. NASA uses private partners for more than just transportation. These businesses become part of the exploration team, sharing knowledge and expertise. Over time, this builds a new industry around lunar exploration, one that could last for decades to come. What happens when a commercial lunar lander touches down on the moon? Its mission begins right away. Each lander carries a collection of scientific instruments and technology experiments. These tools help us learn more about the moon and prepare for human missions. First, landers deliver science payloads. These can include seismometers to measure moonquakes, sensors to study the lunar soil, and cameras to snap detailed photos. The data they collect will answer questions about the moon's history and structure. Some landers are tasked with searching for water ice. Water is key for future explorers. It can be used for drinking, making oxygen, or even producing rocket fuel. Finding and mapping these resources is a top priority. Finally, the landers test new technologies. This could mean trying out new ways to survive the harsh lunar night, working with lunar dust, or navigating the rough terrain. Each mission adds to our knowledge and helps plan for the next step, sending astronauts safely to stay. One of the most exciting goals for these missions is the search for lunar water. Scientists believe there may be ice hidden in permanently shadowed craters near the moon's poles. If this ice exists, it could change everything about living and working on the moon. Water is more than just something to drink. With the right technology, it can be split into hydrogen and oxygen, making air to breathe and fuel for rockets. This could turn the moon into a refueling station for missions deeper into space. Many CLPS missions are equipped with instruments to detect and study this water. Some will dig into the lunar soil, while others will use special sensors to sniff out hidden ice. The results will help us decide where to build future lunar bases. But water isn't the only target. Scientists are also looking for rare minerals, studying cosmic radiation, and uncovering clues about the early solar system. Every mission brings us closer to understanding the moon and our place in the universe. The moon is a tough place to learn new tricks. That's why commercial landers are a perfect way to test technology for future space missions. Before we send astronauts, we need to know what works and what doesn't. Some landers will carry new types of power systems, like advanced solar panels or batteries that last through the freezing lunar night. Others will try out new ways to communicate with Earth, store data, or keep equipment safe from space radiation. Robots are a big part of these tests. Small rovers or robotic arms can practice moving on the rough surface, digging holes, or collecting samples. This helps us design better machines for astronauts to use later. Technology tests also include building with lunar soil or regolith. If we can turn moon dust into bricks or landing pads, it will be easier and cheaper to build shelters and runways for future missions. Every experiment is a step closer to making the moon a true outpost for humanity. Who are the pioneers building these lunar landers? Several American companies have joined the CLPS initiative, each bringing unique strengths. Among them are Astrobotic, Intuitive Machines, Firefly Aerospace, and Draper. These firms won contracts to deliver NASA's payloads to the moon. Astrobotic's Peregrine and Griffin landers are designed to carry different sizes of payloads. Intuitive Machines has its Nova-C lander, which has already made headlines with its launches. Firefly Aerospace is developing the Blue Ghost lander, aiming for a 2026 delivery. Draper, known for its navigation expertise, is working on the Series 2 lander. Each company has its schedule and style. For 2026, several missions are planned. Firefly's Blue Ghost Mission 2 is set to deliver science experiments to the moon's far side. Astrobotic and Intuitive Machines are preparing for follow-up launches, building on lessons from earlier flights. These companies aren't working alone. They partner with universities, research labs, and global space agencies. The growing network creates a vibrant lunar economy, one that could lead to moon mining, lunar tourism, and more in the near future. Why is NASA choosing to work with commercial partners? The answer is simple: speed, savings, and innovation. Private companies can often move faster than government agencies. They can take risks, try bold ideas, and find new solutions to old problems. Competition among companies keeps prices down and quality high. NASA can send more missions for less money, spreading its resources to cover more science and technology. This means we get more knowledge, more quickly, and at a lower cost. Commercial partners also help build a space economy. As companies learn to build and fly lunar landers, they can offer their services to other customers, universities, other countries, and even private explorers. This opens the moon to everyone, not just big governments. In the long run, building a strong partnership between NASA and private industry will help us reach Mars and beyond. The skills, teamwork, and business models built on the moon will shape the future of space exploration for everyone. NASA's CLPS program is more than just a way to send cargo to the moon. It marks the beginning of a new era, one where space exploration is open to many players, not just a few. This new approach is changing how we think about the moon and about science itself. By using commercial lunar landers, we can explore faster, smarter, and more often. Each mission brings fresh data, tests new ideas, and inspires new dreams. The moon becomes a living laboratory, where we can learn lessons that will help us reach even farther. For scientists, this means more chances to answer big questions. How did the solar system form? Is there water on the moon? Can humans live and thrive beyond Earth? For everyone else, it means a future where space isn't just for astronauts, but for all of us. The next time you look up at the moon, remember this: in 2026 and beyond, it won't just be a faraway world. Thanks to CLPS and commercial partners, it's becoming a place we can visit, study, and call home. The era of commercial moon missions has begun, and the best is yet to come.